Badass Buckeye here. I'm going to go ahead and look at the college football preseason top 4 teams right now. This is by Phil Steele. If you've heard of Phil Steele, he's a great wealth of knowledge on college football. We're going to see who he has as number 1. And this is the first video I made in the last 3 months. Since Georgia beat my Ohio State Buckeyes, it's taken that long for me to get over that. I'm still not over it because I'm still watching some of the plays of that championship game in the college football playoffs. And still tough, but it's been 3 months since I made a video. But I saw this article just came out, I think it was March 29th, March 28th, about Phil Steele's picks. And I was just shocked to see who they had. And we're going to look number 4. They got Michigan at number 4. I find that very surprising because they are getting their quarterback back. He returns. So it's right here. The quarterback. Okay, so also they're getting the 2 running backs back. Blake Corum, Donovan Edwards coming back. And, of course, the quarterback J.J. McCarthy. I think they should be higher than number 4 because they're bringing back the quarterback, which is the most important part of an offense. And he'll have another year under his belt. So I think they should be up. They should be up higher. Maybe they should be number 1, to tell you the truth. Let's look at number 3, Ohio State, our Buckeyes. All right, so biggest question is right there, if you can see it, Kyle McCord and Devin Brown. They're going to be fighting to replace C.J. Stroud. I think Kyle McCord is going to take that. This will be the 3rd year he's been in the system. Plus, he did start a game for Ohio about a year ago. That was in the 2021 season. I think he has upper leg. And, of course, we're getting all our running backs back. Henderson, Williams, and Hayden. So the only thing I'm concerned about Ohio State, besides the quarterback, is that we are replacing 2 ends, the left offensive tackle and the right offensive tackle. So the backups, who they were last year, they'll have to move up in that spot. That's going to be our main weakness there. And, of course, you could say the main weakness will be the quarterback, but I think Kyle McCord, which I'll make a video on him later, I think he's going to do really well because, we play a lot of cupcakes on our schedule, and he's going to have all year to fine-tune his skills. So I think he'll come out ahead. Anyway, so they got Ohio State at number 3. Okay, number 2, this is a big surprise to me, Alabama. Well, the reason it's a surprise is because they just lost Bryce Young. He's going to go to the draft. And also they lost Will Anderson and the running back, Jahmyr Gibbs. So you're losing 3 pieces on that 2 on offense, 1 on defense. That's pretty critical. Bryce Young, he was one of the top QBs last year. And the person they got behind him, Jalen Milroe, I think that's going to be tricky because I saw him play a game last year. I know it was his first game. I believe it was his first game he was starting. And he looked kind of shaky. So he doesn't have the experience. I'm really surprised to see Alabama at number 2. And replacing Bryce Young is no small feat. He was the top quarterback that kept them in nearly every game. And they lost those 2 close games that he did start, but still, that's going to be hard to come by to replace him. Anyway, they have Georgia number 1. I'm very shocked to have Georgia number 1 because they lost Stetson Bennett right there, Stetson Bennett, and they lost Jalen Carter, the defensive player. So that's not going to be an easy task. Stetson Bennett. The reason Georgia won that championship is because of Stetson Bennett. His experience is what won it in the 4th quarter. So that's my take on that. All right, Phil still has Michigan, Ohio State, and Bama, and of course Georgia. Is he SEC favorites? Probably not, because SEC they have the talent on the defensive line and offensive line to win games just by themselves. But I think with Georgia losing Stetson Bennett, that's going to be too critical. I cannot see Georgia getting back to the championship. Not cutting down Georgia. They deserve to beat Ohio State, played a hell of a game. I'm just saying that Georgia won that championship because of Stetson Bennett's experience. And you just can't replace that. And, of course, Alabama's losing Bryce Young. You cannot replace that either. I'm a little bit surprised Michigan's not number 1 in this scenario, at least the preseason favorites. They're putting a lot of weight on the talent on the D-line and offensive line for Georgia and Alabama, which is why they're ranked number 1 and 2. But still a shocker. I think Michigan should be the preseason number 1 favorites. That's it for now. For Buckeye fan, please subscribe and help me get to 1,000 subscribers. I appreciate it. See you next time.